Good morning, Brown with Grand Roofing. It is September 5th, Friday, September 5th, 2025. We're going to use the drone today, do a quick inspection, get some aerial imagery of this property here. I'll just get right into the video here. Let me make sure I don't hit this tree. So we're doing a quick inspection of this roof that is in a real estate transaction. It's being sold. Somebody I know as a client that's wanting my opinion on it to inspect it and get an estimate. Actually, it was about just getting an estimate, but I'm going to kind of inspect it too. It is pretty steep. It's a 12-12 pitch, 2-story, so it's up there a ways. I don't know if my ladder will really get onto a lot of this, but on stuff this steep and dangerous, especially working solo, and some people in these videos are like, well, why didn't you just put a safety harness on or all that? If you're inspecting a roof to give an estimate, you're not going to go nailing things into a roof like this. So in this case, a tool like a drone, this is just a simple DJI Mavic 3 Classic. Plan on getting some other stuff. It's not quite needed for what you want to do, but I will say if you use it for business, work, monetization, YouTube channel, anything, you should have a Part 107, which is a commercial drone license. I will follow that up with not only do I have my Part 107 commercial drone license, I am a licensed private pilot as well. And I use this all the time for work. So on something like this, it's not the safest thing to go crawling up around on. Now you can use Eagle View, but that can get pretty costly. I use Roof Sketch software. Roof Snap. You can use other different ones out there, and I'm actually kind of trying to write my own software to be able to do that in-house, but I do them in-house. So with that being said, Eagle View reports can get very costly. If you want to trim fat in the company and cut that cost, it takes about anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes to 30 minutes, depending upon the complexity of the house, to sketch them out yourself. You don't need to waste time. So in something like this, if you have some trees obscuring areas, you may not get a good image. Even with Eagle View, it's great software, pricey. There are still areas and times where I've used it and it's missed sections. So that's why I'm setting this up, do a quick fly around of everything. I'm going to go walk over and kind of follow it here in a minute. I just wanted to, so my initial start as I got here, let me come back up over the front here. I'm going to creep down through this alley a little bit. Yeah, I can see it there. Let's kind of come back towards me here and get the front view of the house. So the first thing I do when I get here, I take my pictures. I have my cell phone. I get out from where I park, take my initial shot. I do have a camera app that not only takes pictures, but it will timestamp with the coordinates, the address, the GPS coordinates, whatever you want. You can change the format on it, which I'm trying to build out my own software piece for that. So hopefully upcoming near future, you can see it, maybe want to use it and support it. But I'll do that just to prove that the address I was at, different angles of the property. So starting from the front, around the front, and these are good. So if you ever do the work and you do have a question, you don't have to drive all the way back. If you document it good, you can just simply pull the pictures. How many pipe boots, different things like that. What's the color of the gutter and the fascia metal? You can do all kinds of stuff with it. You can get into areas like this right here. Let me put on tripod mode, cine mode. The brows, kind of get an idea of the pitch of the brow, pitch of the roof, gutter condition, up close detail. And I'm not climbing around and moving a ladder, scratching up gutters, things like that. You can really get in here with high resolution. In this case, you're watching it in probably 4K from the SD card on the drone. I can reference this video or pictures and still photos to measure off of. Like this right here, you're probably not going to see that under this tree. I can look at that and kind of guesstimate that ridge is probably about 3 feet. The eave closest to me is probably about 5.5 to 6 foot. You just kind of repeat the process going around the property here. Let me back out of this here. I don't even see the drone. It's kind of wrapped up in the trees here by me. So one of the biggest things I need to do is go directly above the property. By the way, I did check for TFR's air zones here, anything like that. But one of the most important things in case your image is obscured, which I'm trying to build my own database of high resolution imagery too in different areas when I go visit them for a typical stop. We're going to get up to near 400 foot, which is as high as you can legally fly with this drone. And about right here, you can edit some of this, crop it, square it up in software later, but you need to take an image looking straight down like this. Now, if you can park close to the house and you know the length of your vehicle, you can use that for scale verification. On that note, if you're going to measure something for scale verification, you may not want to measure a little bitty brow. You won't see it potentially. Or more importantly, if on the pixel here, it's just a really small area and you say that's 3 feet, if you're off a little bit, like say a half a foot, that 3 foot magnified over the length of the true image can throw off your skill verification quite a bit. So in a case like this, I will take a longer measurement, so probably that left eave of that hip section down below, just off the corner of that tree where that dog is. There's a husky out there moving around, you see it? That section right there, I'll probably measure that. I've got my long tape reel out, stick it in the ground, walk it off, get that reference measurement. That way when you plug it into the software of your choice, you can say from this point to this point is that distance. With my truck, I know the length of it. Usually I do that, but the further away from the image it is, or elevation, can throw that off when you're measuring from about 400 foot. So anyway, I just want to kind of give you a walk around of what I do and why I use my drone and how powerful it can be, because if you fall off of that, what's it going to cost you? A hospital bill, possible injury to where you're not going to heal or take time off work, or maybe not even walk away from it. So this probably wouldn't be too bad because I could get down on this lower walkable section. It's probably, let me back out here. Looking at that hip, I'd say it's probably a 6, 712, 612, 712, something like that. So I can get on there with my ladder, no problem. I can inspect the bottom eave edge, see if it's 1 layer, 2 layer, or more. If it's got cedar shake, if it's got 1-bys, CDX, OSB. You can get really good ideas with a lot of that. I could probably walk around this little section here, use my hand, grab this gable end right here, and pull myself up onto this. Come back up over this section here. There's kind of weird add-on here, the way this is done. Definitely want to look this section over here and see what they've built, how it needs to be shingled around and flashed. Kind of freestanding, resting on it. Due to the vibration on that, that's really not the best way, because over time that turning on and off, you're going to really risk that eating the shingles up. Kind of boot, they got just a PVC pipe coming in at an angle. Let's see what's going on right over here. Like a retro boot maybe with a flexible top. Be cautious on how water could run into that, potentially following those conduit lines in. Looks like I got a second rain collar on the B-vent flue pipe here. Looked like there may have been some shingle trash here. Oh, got some shingle damage, missing shingles. The shims come off, probably nailed high, blown through the steeper section. You're seeing some of the underlying section cross over the valley under there. My first initial walk up to the house didn't look bad, but it did look like it had some age. You've got some, it's the north side right here with some blue-green algae coming out of it there. So it's a good indication. I'd say it's probably about 10 to 15 years of age, easily just based on that. You don't get that in the first 10 years or so. Other factors to it, wind, sun, weather condition pattern. You got some moss and mildew lichen right there. These are the steeper sides. This will help me sketch it out. And the sketches I've done are really pretty accurate compared to Eagle View. I've probably saved tens of thousands of dollars just this year alone in 2025 sketching everything out, making sure you're not going to be short. That's another thing, time saver, you know. It's easier for me to order a little heavier and take it back than to be short and missing something. Then have to stop what I'm doing, go drive, because this is about 40 minutes from my normal work area. You can also get a good idea on things like this, like, are you paying attention to, is it going to be easy to get a trailer backed in and trash get caught or pick up? There's a lot of access around here. So we got the main structure. We've got a little detached garage right here that's the same property, and the shed right down there in between the two of them. So I'm going to end this here in a minute. I do need to get my still shots of everything, and I'm going to do a quick inspection and get my reference measurement. Actually, let me just do this right here. Kind of a top-down sort of view here. So I always carry my 300-foot reel here. And honestly, 300 foot's still pretty small. This guy right here. My stake right here is actually missing. So we're going to see if I can hook it on something. Just kind of eyeball this here. Right down this gable edge. I'll probably be able to, it's 1 foot in. If this will stay right there in the J channel, I'm going to add 1 foot because where this wall is to that going out. That'll give me a good guesstimation here. Watch out for the landmines. Typically, I would write this down on my paper. All right, so right now at this one, I am at 50. I'm going to add my 1 foot, so 51 feet on this section here. That'll be what I scale verify everything off of. The other thing with Eagle View is sometimes they take time. You can pay for the rush and all that, but I will have $0 wrapped up in this, probably about 15 minutes to sketch it out. Get back over to my truck, get ready to land. Actually, no, I'm going to stop it here in a minute. And I gotta go back up and get the drone photos I need here. All right. It's a breezy morning this morning too. It's probably like 50 degrees out this morning. Feels nice. I saw the first farmer fields getting harvested. They're bringing in the beans here in my area. So I'm getting excited. This is my favorite time of the year, hunting season and stuff. So anyway, hopefully you learned something to give you a little bit of an idea with the drone and how I use it here. It's a very powerful tool, saves you a lot financially. So this one here I bought maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I've got about $3,000 wrapped up in the drone, the controller, the extra batteries, the fast charger, the cables, all that stuff. The drone alone and the controller is like 1,800 bucks. I'll try to tag it in this video. Looking at getting some other ones. If you don't have your Part 107, study for it. It's not too bad. You can get it, be legal. Fines are outrageous. So anyway, hopefully you got some benefit out of it. Give it a thumbs up. If you like the content, this style, say you like the drone stuff and the behind the scenes, and I'll try to do more of it. I really want you guys to help interact with the channel to guide me on what you like to see. So until next time, be safe. We'll see you on the next one.